On today's video, we have Artemisia finally expertised. In this video, we'll go through the process of me expertising her. You'll see all that. We'll talk about why I expertised her, as well as how you should set her up, including talents, including breakdown of skills, and most importantly, what she's used for, which is primarily to stop Attila Takeda. I'll explain to you how that works and why that works, and what are her downfalls as well. So make sure you're dropping a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Let's go. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Yes, she's finally expertised. You guys are watching right now the process of giving her, putting all the stars in her, all that good stuff in her. We had to get 690 sculptures in her, or I think it was actually 683, and tons of stars, tons of XP, get her to level 60 real quick. I'm a sponsored content creator by Rise of Kingdoms. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you get a notification when we upload a new video. For now, 70% of you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Welcome to those of you who are new viewers. I hope to earn your subscription today. And yeah, we're clicking through this, getting her to level 60, getting her all set up, and then we had to set up the talents and all that. But before we look at the final talent tree, let's go back and talk a little bit about Artemisia and exactly why she's so good. So Artemisia is a archer garrison defense commander. Her skill breakdown is fairly interesting. She does a really good amount of damage to up to 3 enemies in a forward advancing shape, which is not a great AoE. It's not the best one, but it does a lot of damage. She increases archers' defense and health. Archers' defense and health. One of the most important things in the game is health. I would have taken attack over defense, but the defense being there with the defense tree makes a lot of sense, trying to make those archers super tanky. She also has a third ability, which is the most important ability in her whole set, which is while serving as a garrison commander, reduces incoming normal damage by 10%. Each normal attack has a 10% chance to disarm the target. Disabling their normal attack lasts 1 second. This is the key for Artemisia. From there, you still have when rage accumulates over 80%, there's a 50% chance to silence yourself for 3 seconds, but increase all damage dealt for 5 seconds, which is very nice. And finally, the expertise allows you to, while normal attack has a 10% chance to cause a target continuous damage, it also increases the skill damage by 15% for 3 seconds. The damage is kind of nice on her overall, but this is why she is the Attila Takeda counter. Attila Takeda have one very, very, very strong thing about them. And that is normal attack, normal counter damage attack. Normal attack and counter damage, 30% on each. Add to that damage bonus, defense reductions. Add to that more skill damage reduction, cavalry attack, just pure bonus damage. All Attila does is he makes your cavalry stupid strong. His skills are all about making his damage, his normal damage, stupendously high, and reduce your defense to take even further damage. That's why he's so good. And when you mix him with a Takeda, when this guy goes enemy additional normal attack damage taken, so more normal attack damage taken by 50%, which Attila already went crazy with it, and now you have this. Add to that the fact that you do more attack, more cavalry attack, and more cavalry defense, and a little bit of healing factor in there, and more normal attack damage reduction, and counterattack damage reduction, skill damage reduction. All he does is he's like, all right, I'm going to give you Attila a bunch of damage. I'm going to tank a bunch of damage myself. I'll do a little bit of healing occasionally. I'll do some extra attack. And Attila goes ham, just keeps pounding. To make matters worse, deal an extra 30% damage taken. I mean, all of this normal damage is just unfathomable. These commanders, the reason they're so good is that for the first time in history of Rise of Kingdoms, commanders focused on damage dealt by the troops and not skill damage. And it just broke the game. The percentages they get in here are stupendously high. They're like ridiculously high. And there's nothing that can hold them. Charles Martel and Constantine have been doing fairly good at it, but Artemisia was built to stop them. And she was built to stop them with disarm, which will completely stop normal attacks. And when it stops normal attacks for 1 second, it essentially cancels all the goodness that attila takeda does for 1 second. And that is a 10% chance, and you consistently hit this. The 10% chance is not a great number, but when you're getting double rallied and triple rallied, those 10% keep accumulating. It's 10% times 3 for 3 different events. But an attila takeda, with this against them, where the defense is being buffed, the health is being buffed, the more longer the rally is, the more she is countering the hell out of them. The thing about Artemisia is the disarm. It's straight up the disarm. And to make matters worse, she deals a good amount of damage. She does a little bit of extra archer health and defense, damage increase, which can be stupid high. She silences herself, which is a problem technically, but then again, this is not really problematic. You don't need rage to get this to proc. All that happens is this doesn't get proc that much, potentially, but this definitely helps out the damage increase. So you're silencing, you're completely disarming attila takeda for a round. Damage done by them goes out the window, and if you're lucky enough, it can happen multiple times in a row. Add to that more skill damage done, damage in here. She is just built to heed to her wisdom, and victory shall be yours, because she is meant to counter attila takeda. That's what she's built for. Once more, the archer commanders kind of fooled us. Last time around, Edward and Tamaris were fantastic commanders, but Edward was a must expertise commander, which was very heavily used as a rally leader. But Tamaris only came into play a little bit later, when folks started realizing how good she is as a secondary to Edward, with the poison stacks making it stupid high damage, as you get 3% skill damage more per stack, and that stacks up to 45% extra skill damage. With someone who does this amount of skill damage, that accumulates real quick. Again, in this pair, Ramses seemed to have been the go-to guy, and he is the new best cavalry infantry. Wow, cavalry, infantry, all but archers. The new best archer leading commander for a rally. He does take into account more tankiness for infantry. Wow, for archers, but also he does a little bit more of the things that Edward does less, which is survive longer, hold longer, heal, which is fantastic. He does a little bit less damage than Edward does, but overall, looking at an Edward Tamaris versus Ramses Tamaris, you actually get more damage dealt by Ramses Tamaris than Edward Tamaris without the skill damage. So that's a fruit for thought. Artemisia, however, is definitely the commander you want expertise first. For sure. Why? Because attila takeda are unstoppable. Anyone who wants to be anyone has an attila takeda expertise and uses them on the field, uses them in Sunset Canyon, uses them in rallies, uses them everywhere. Anyone who wants to be anyone nowadays, attila takeda is out the wazoo. That's the meta. That's the only rally out there nowadays, quite frankly. The amount of rallies that are not attila takeda are probably like 5 attila takeda rallies to 1 in the game, if not more than that. And so Artemisia is a must-have. Artemisia is a must-have as a garrison commander. Yes, I know most of you guys think more of a, oh, I'm an offensive commander, I'm a rally leader, I don't want to be a defensive dude. You must get Artemisia, especially if you have your YSG already expertised, which most of you should. First commander to expertise should be YSG. Artemisia with YSG is the best defense you have right now against attila takeda. And here's how you set her up for talents. So Artemisia is not like the Richard, which we showed you in the previous video, card up on the top right if you haven't seen that, the Richard and Julius Caesar defense. Artemisia, you really want to focus on the archers department. She must be a full archers defense. You cannot have multiple types of troops. She requires archers only. And then from there, you really want to start going ham. Only archer commanders, normal attack have a 10% chance to increase all damage dealt by 25%. Do more damage to that attila takeda, what you're already doing. From there, increase active skill damage for primary and secondary commander by 8%. You have in here 10% chance to trigger additional damage factor. Grant more rage after launching every normal attack. So you're gaining rage much quicker. From there, you want to go into the defense department, gain more rage in here when troops are getting attacked. Get yourself a little bit of extra increased defense. 6-star commander, 9% defense, easy peasy. An extra reduce the damage taken, because again, Attila, Takeda, they do damage. And so 1.5% down here counters that. And here once more, skill damage reduction. From here, you have a normal attack damage reduction. Again, damage taken by garrison from this attacking army is reduced by 6%. This build is meant to counter Attila Takeda. It's meant to buff up your archers to do a good amount of damage, to last much longer. You don't go with the extra attack. You want to go more with the defensive side of it. But this is, of course, very nice. You have here more like additional damage for into infantry units, which this is kind of pointless, but you must get it to get up to this way, which kind of sucks. It really does suck that you got to get through here to get this way. And again, increased normal attack of all led types of troops. When army led is below 50%, increase all attack of troops by 9%. All you're doing here is you're buffing up your archers, full archer defense, getting yourself some extra defense in here and rage, getting yourself some extra defense in here and rage, well, and rage in here. And then the more you go with this, the longer the march is, the longer the rally is, the more pain you inflict. You guys have seen rally reports in the previous video, which is how you unlock this video, card up on the top right if you haven't done that. This is how you set her up. This is the talent tree you want to go with. It's pretty rudimentary and very simple. There are probably different ways of doing this. Some folks are going to go as far as reduce damage taken, but also reduce the damage dealt to even further reduce that damage in here at the exchange of maybe something like this. But at a full archer setup, you really want to get this because you really want to get to that full archer setup. And you also want to give her your best equipment available. This is currently my best equipment available for archers. It just increases her stats overall. And at the end of the day, she is the goddess of holding against Attila Takeda. That's what she's meant for. That's what she was built to do. And so long as you expertise her, level 60 her, primary commander, this talent tree right here, and Yi Song-ye in the back, you're going to be very successful at holding against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 Attila Takedas. Why? The more of them there are, the more skills you're proccing, the quicker you're going, the more likely you are to disarm more of them, and you're just going to do more and more damage. You saw it more frequent than not in the previous video that I showed you guys about the DSP against GWM fight. And quite frankly, I think that she should be expertised over Ramses first. You should really work on getting at least 10 sculptures of her, blast her up. You'll be very useful in Ark of Osiris, in the battlefield as a garrison commander. Heck, I've seen people rallying with her too and doing really, really good. I've seen Ramses, Artemisia rallies happening, and they are very vital and viable for this too. Remember, she can be used as an attack commander as well. And so a Ramses Artemisia is a fairly decent rally commander choice. I've seen it do stupid amounts of damage to the best defense out there, including Charles Martel and Constantine holding onto a flag as well as Attila Takeda. I regret not expertising her earlier. I regret having expertised Ramses over her, but I'm super glad I got her already, and we're going to see her hopefully on Osiris League next season, holding onto a few buildings and smashing some Attila Takedas out of the way. What do you guys think about the build? What do you guys think about the video? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'm Gekko, I'm out of here. Thank you for all your continued support. I appreciate all of you guys for helping me reach 25,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. You're making my dreams slowly and steadily come true. This is the beginning of something great, and you guys are part of the journey. I appreciate all of you for all your continuous support. Artemisia, my love, you are the queen indeed. And I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.